Sunday SuperCoach absolutely wrecked me. Terrible score, terrible ranking drop, we're outside the top 20k. It's deflating not being able to string good weeks together. Feels like we go one step forward, then two steps back. As it usually goes during a bad week, I just want to speed through this, move on to thinking about next week. I guess the most relevant names to talk about from here. Hewitt came back, did what he's been doing all season, love to see it. Lachie Whitfield, my goodness. I didn't get to watch any footy besides Friday night. I believe he was playing forward for the whole game, which would make sense considering how poorly he scored. I guess that's just a big middle finger from Leon Cameron before he gets a new job. The midfield, pretty good for the most part, but Clary captain, of course it was Petrarca's game this time. I was close to switching the C onto Took, should have gone with my gut. Cripps 83, I assume since it was against GWS he copped some attention. And then Carroll on field. We took a big L in the Carroll, Rioli and Hamilton roulette. We didn't bring in Hamilton and he scored more than Carroll and Rioli combined. And having Carroll on field was actually a small and sad win because my alternative would have been Rioli. And he dropped a disaster of a score. And then we move on to the rucks and our premium trade in there, Sean Darcy. Goodness gracious, that 51 really set the tone for how Sunday was going to go. Again, didn't get to see the game, but I'm pretty sure the conditions weren't the best for him, and that would make sense considering the score. Also, Wits is a tough opponent in career best form. Hopefully we get a big bounce back from Darcy going up against Collingwood, who obviously don't have Grundy. And the forward line, Cogs, I know he was dealing with an injury, don't know how serious it is, haven't seen any news on him potentially being out. Hopefully he's fine, but at this stage it's now trade or hold. And I'd like to hold him going up against West Coast. I really want to see how Mark McVeigh uses the talent that he has. That goes for Whitfield as well. So it's a tricky situation to be in. And then DeGoey as well. Been a frustrating watch since trading him in. He has the role, but just goes missing for large patches of the game. Doesn't win much contested ball. He had a heck of a fourth quarter, but unfortunately his efforts were cut short once he gave up the free and a 50 for dissent, which I thought was pretty soft. But if he can put in that effort for 4 quarters, that would be great. Butters bounced back, which was nice, and then a shining light in what was a dull week. Durden on the bench, a 76. Really valuable cash gen, we needed that. For trades this week, first one's easy. Greg Clark comes in and Ward will make way. It was a big fail keeping Ward over Gibcus when I brought in O'Driscoll, so that's unfortunate. Now we have 160k. Ideally I'd like to go O'Driscoll to a premium defender, but 456k we don't have enough for the best options. I could go down to Buku or even Rory Thompson, but considering how inconsistent our team is, the fact that we're missing those common players that have worked out so well, I feel like we got to keep the upgrade momentum going because we're really far behind now. So what I might do is trade Nick Martin. It's his first score under 70 all season, so I don't really want to trade him, but it leaves me with 556k and enough money for a good enough option in the forward line or defense, but I'm probably going to go with a defender. I'd like to see the forward DPP switches before deciding on my last forward, assuming that I'm keeping the other 5. Doherty would be the one I'd like to go with, but I already have Short, Hewitt and Whitfield there, and my round 12 bye at the moment is the most concerning. So I think I'm gonna go with a round 13 bye player. And my 2 options here are Bailey Dale and Jordan Dawson. I think Tom Stewart has the round 13 bye as well, but obviously I'm out of reach, so that can't happen. Jake Lloyd as well, he'd be a discount option, but I trust Dale or Dawson far more. It's tough, a real coin flip, but Dawson's looked good the last couple of weeks. Dale's been solid all year. It's a real tough choice. I feel like the ceiling of Dawson is higher, so I might go with him for now. Yeah, that will be one to think about, but we'll go Dawson. So we'll do that. Ward and Martin for Clark and Dawson, leaving me with 23.6k in the bank. So this will be how the team looks heading into round 10. I don't mind it, but every week we go into the round liking the team on paper, but by the end of the round, the difference between my point of difference players and the common players that I'm missing just never goes our way. Like last round, Sicily instead of Whitfield, Witts instead of Darcy, Brody instead of, we'll say DeGoey, because everyone has cogs. But that right there, just about a 200 point difference. And on top of that, a better captain, and we're looking at a 2,300 plus week. A 2,098 is deflating, but it really doesn't feel like we're far off. We just have players who are very much capable, not doing enough. So I really hope that we can see a turnaround from the players that are struggling the most in our team. Because I don't think the team is bad, but we're missing the most informed players, and it's really hurting. So we need our guys to step up, and hopefully it starts this week. Captains this week, I feel like we've got some really good options. For VC, Cripps against Sydney, McRae always goes off against Gold Coast, Clarion Track take on North, so maybe one of them, Parish, Dreamtime, Medal Game, and then for captain, Neil against Hawthorn, Darcy against Collingwood without Grundy. This is really tough. Could go McRae into Parish. I think I want to go Parish VC or C this week. Could even do Parish VC Darcy C, or Driscoll will be the loop and Freo play last game, so I've got no problems with whoever the VC and C is. Or I could go Neil. Yeah, it's a tough one. I'll probably just go McRae Vice Parish captain for now. We're down to 3 spots left to upgrade: M8, R2 and F6. Like I said before, in regards to the forward line, I want to see who gets forward DPP before deciding who gets that last spot. That last mid spot would have gone to Steele, but now that he's out 6 to 8, I don't know. Maybe I go for a pod option there, we'll see. And then that ruck spot will go to Gawn. Should drop a fair bit after an 80 and a 70. But that will do it. Hopefully you all had a much better week than I did. Good luck to you all for round 10, and see you in the next one.